Hi there, my name is Connor Barney. I work here at UltraShelf as the production manager. Today we're going to go over a few troubleshooting tips for installing your brackets and your floating shelves onto some more difficult surfaces, beginning with tile. Ideally, we'd love for you to use our bracket templates. These templates are a piece of wood that you can fasten to your wall that would go in place of where your shelf would go, and then you would tile around them. If you already have a tiled surface, we have a few tips to be able to drill into this tile so you can minimize the damage that's done to this beautiful surface and then be able to fasten your shelf to that. First, when going to install a bracket over a tiled surface, you want to first identify where your studs are, because regardless that you're hitting a tiled surface, you're going to want to hit the studs behind that tiled surface in order to get the best fasten to your wall. Right here, I've already demonstrated finding that stud. Normally, if you have a tiled wall, if it's on a backsplash or something like that, you'll be able to go above your backsplash onto the non-tiled surface and use a stud finder to locate your stud. And then following that down to the location where you want to put your bracket. I have here a line indicating where I want to put this top of my bracket so that I can best mount my shelf to this wall. So first, I'm going to go ahead and recognize where my stud is. I'm going to go ahead and line up my bracket and mark the specific location that I want to put that. And then I'll be able to drill into the tile using a tile bit, a tile drill bit, so that we can first create a hole for our screw to go through, and then our screw will be able to fasten into the stud behind. First, we're going to take our bracket to the lines that we've already made. And we're going to go ahead and decide, I want my bracket to sit right here because this is where I want my shelf to go. I'm going to go ahead and mark the holes in the bracket where I need to drill so that I can access the stud behind. So here I can see where my stud is, and I followed that down and marked the specific locations where I want to put my floating shelf bracket. So as you can see, we're using a tile bit, and this will help. It's the easiest bit to use when going through tile. Now you don't want to put a lot of pressure when you're going through tile because you want to reduce the risk of cracking it. So we're going to put light pressure, and if needed, we'll use water to cool the bit as we go through the tile. Now I have marked 2 spots, but ideally you only need the top hole in order to keep your bracket stable. But where I'm only getting fastened into 1 stud, I'm going to use the 2 holes so that I can keep my bracket stable from going side to side and rotating side to side. Once you've gone through the tile, you can then finish the hole with just your screw. You can put your bracket up to it, and then we can fasten that bracket to the tile and it will do the rest. All right, now we're going to take our bracket and hold it up to our surface. Make sure that we're still good, and then we'll take our screw get it started into the hole, and then we can take our screwdriver to go ahead and finish pushing it through the sheetrock and stud. Now one thing with tile, we want to avoid cracking, so we're going to lightly fasten it into there. We don't want to over tighten it to avoid cracking our tile underneath.